Hey guys, video number 2. Let's see. So today's Sunday. I went to a couple Goodwills. I don't do a ton of Goodwill thrifting. Every once in a while the mood strikes me. To be honest with you, my 3 daughters, one of them wanted to go to the Goodwill to check out some clothing, whatnot. So I was like, yeah, let's go. I'll walk around, see if I can offset your spend by finding some stuff to thrift, and I definitely did. Let me show you what I got this time around. So kind of give you an idea what I look for in videos, or yeah, in Goodwills rather. Sorry. So let me start with this. I don't comp everything I buy. Let me move you guys back just a little bit. So yeah, I don't comp everything I buy. This one here was one of those. I have no idea what this was or what this is, but it was, I mean, I know what it is. It looks like a coffee mug, but it says xi-milano.com on it. It's an official product, and then it actually says milk cup, and to me looks like a coffee cup. It's also in its original box. I didn't even open it up. I'm opening it now to look with you guys. It says go forth. It probably says that in a bunch of different languages, I'm guessing. It just looked interesting, and I'll explain to you why I was a little free with my money in a little bit, but it was $2. I mean, $2 can't go wrong. Worst case scenario, you know, we don't need another coffee cup in the cupboard, but maybe it's target practice. But it just looked interesting. To be honest with you, the quality of it felt just a little bit better for some reason. It just feels heavier than, you know, most normal coffee cups, and it's very thick. Like, it starts thin around the rim where you would drink, but then opens up to being a lot thicker on the inside, and really, I don't know if you can hear that, but it's got a really solid feel to it. So I figured, again, for $2, what the heck. That's the only thing I didn't really comp on this trip. Actually bought these vintage, you know, foam Sony headphones, still in their pack. But this one I paid $2.03 for at the Goodwill. I didn't comp them because I couldn't find any just like them. But new in pack, I found some that were kind of similar. I mean, I might put like $19.95 on it, something like that. But $2 into 20, I'll take that all day. That's actually like really what I shoot for, is to get that what is it, 10x on that. So what else? CDs. I got a couple CDs. CDs at Goodwill, or my Goodwill, are $2 a piece. I didn't spend a ton of time in CDs. A lot of times I'll go through the whole thing, and not all of it, but a lot of it, and scan them and see. I seem to do pretty decent with CDs. I sell them on Amazon. Amazon's super easy to list, no pictures, unless it's something, you know, high dollar. I don't do any pictures. Again, high dollar used items, sometimes I will, especially if there's a condition issue, and I actually put that in the notes on Amazon. But yeah, these two, I believe the Jewel lists for, I think it was like $12.95, and the Lightning McQueen I think was $14. Don't quote me on that. I'm okay with that lower profit margin, especially on Amazon, because it's easy. CDs are so easy. These are both sealed. I don't have to take any pictures. They're brand new. The cases aren't cracked, even though they're sealed. Sometimes the cases can be cracked. So all I have to do with these two is take off the little Goodwill price tags and scan the barcode, listed. Life is good. You know, obviously I put location, inventory location, and my price, condition, new. Amazon's super easy to list on. So Avery labels, don't sleep on labels. I can't sweat that enough, or stress that enough rather. Labels can sell for a lot of money. The problem with Goodwill is it's bagged, right? And they say right on them, open bags will not be sold, so I can't take this out of the bag to check and see if they're sealed. In this case, kind of took a gamble on it, but I was looking and it looks like this middle one, maybe you can see it or not there. See that line right there? That's actually the cellophane line on that middle one. So let's open this right now and see if I was right, see if that one is sealed. If it's sealed, it'll go on Amazon, and I'll pull it up real quick for you so you can see. Sorry. This was not a huge buy by any means on at Goodwill. I spent, let me see, I think, excuse me, I think my total was like 20 bucks, something like that. It was really, 20, maybe a little bit more than 20 bucks. It was pretty low spend. So let me check on this one. This one's open. Can't sell it on Amazon. It's actually, excuse me, oh, that's interesting. It's actually not even just labels. There's some labels in here, but these are actually, I know this because of my last job, but these are for IDs, for badges. So you would slip somebody's photo ID in there, and then you would run it through a heat sealer machine. You might be able to use like an iron or something like that. So that's what those are. So this one, I mean, it's got these labels in it. The labels, it looks like it's accurate. Yeah, they're like 2-inch by 3-inch labels. I don't have a use for those. I don't do Amazon FBA, and I can explain that to you later. But so those ones really no use for me. But Amazon FBA 2x3 label could be pretty useful because you have to cover barcodes. You have to print a barcode from Amazon FBA, and you have to cover all barcodes on the item that you're sending to FBA. FBA, for those of you that don't know, is Amazon. It's fulfilled by Amazon. So what you do is you find a bunch of stuff to sell on Amazon, but you don't want to warehouse it like I do. You can actually send them a whole box of stuff with these specially printed barcodes on them. You set the price. When they stock it in their warehouse, and when it sells, they'll ship it for you. There are some advantages, like it always shows up as Prime if Amazon doesn't have any to sell. Yours will show up as Prime, whereas mine is fulfilled by Merchant, FBM. They don't show up that way. I don't know what these are. These are interesting labels, but it's open. Maybe I'll list a label lot on eBay. This one here looks like it was opened, so I won't sell that on Amazon. It's got at least one used label out of it. Again, these are 2x3 labels. I don't really, 2 1/4 by 3 1/2. I don't really have a use for those. But this one, sure enough, I'm checking right now. Doesn't look like it was opened at all. It's completely intact. Boom. Let me grab my handy phone. Most of my Amazon, I list on my phone. It's so easy. It's so much quicker. So all I'm gonna do is there's a camera on Amazon. There's a little camera in the upper right hand corner. I'm gonna click that. Going to scan said barcode. And it comes up. So these are Avery's. Actually, you know what? I didn't scan the barcode last time. I typed it in. So it's Avery, Avery. Avery, and then all labels have an identification number on them. In this case, it's 5366. So just the brand and then 5366. Hit search. And there it is. It's got a really good sales rank. Hopefully you can see that. 655, so it's 65,570. That's a really good sales rank. And if you go view offers, new, mine's new sealed. The lowest offer is $38, That's why I bought this, because it was, what did I say? $5.03, and I can list it for $38. All day I'll do that. So what I always match the lowest, or in this case there's a couple that are a little higher. What I don't want to do is create like a price war, right? So if I match the guy that's the lowest at $38.08 for a new one, he'll be like, oh, I'm not the lowest anymore, so he'll turn his to $38.07, and you know, it ends up being a big price war. I hate it when people do that. So I always go like the next one up. So in this case, there's $38.08 is the cheapest one. That's with shipping. And then it goes $38.67. There's two of those, and then it goes $39.06, and then it's $43, $44, whatever. It's a really high rank. Like, it's got a great sales rank, which means that it's going to move pretty good. Oh, and by the way, make sure that you've got the right one. So in this case, it's 5366, 5366. Permanent filing labels. This one says file folder labels. It's probably the same thing. This one says that it's a package quantity of 1,500. Always look at that. Because it may not be. It could be that they're selling like 10 of these boxes, right, for $38 or something like that. And then you're looking at it and you're like, wait a minute. It says package quantity 15,000. Well, I've only got 1,500. That would be them actually selling 10 boxes at that price. So always look at that as well. But in this case, this one matches package quantity 1,500. I'm going to go ahead and list mine at $38.67. I'm going to put a SKU in. The SKU on Amazon is actually your inventory location. It's the only place that you can put it. So I've got a box right here. I've got one over here rather that I'm working on. And the location for this box is R3C3 for Rack 3, Shelf C, box number 3. So what I'm going to do is let this thing loading. I struggle selling online, just so you guys know. I live in the middle of nowhere. My nearest neighbor is a quarter mile away. I'm the last house on the power pole. No high-speed internet out here. Everything is we use our phones. We use the hotspots on our phones, and we pay for a 5G data card. Basically, it's like a little router that reaches up to the cell phone. I've looked into like what is it, Musknet there, Starnet, is that right? But Starlink? Well, either way, I looked into that. It's probably something that I'll end up doing. I'm having a hard time swallowing the startup cost. It's like over $1,000 for the equipment if you want to get the high-speed one. Yeah. So, again, being in the middle of nowhere, even our phones work slowly sometimes, which is what I'm dealing with right now. There it goes. So here it is, if you can see. So all I'm going to do is put in your contribution SKU. Sorry, I don't know where the camera is. This very top one right here. That's actually your inventory location. So in this case, it's R3C3. Here's a real big pain in the butt about using that for your inventory location. You can't use the same one twice. So what I do is I'll put in R3C3A, RC3CB. I mean, I've gone up to like ZZ and beyond, right? Depending on what I'm listing and where I'm putting it, how much space is in that box. But so I'm sure that this one already has some in it, but I don't know where I left off on it. I should probably put a sticky note, continuous improvement, put a sticky note on the back outside of the box and write on there C for so I know with Amazon where I left off. But honestly, I just do like trial and error. It just has to be different. As long as the R3C3 is there, I know where it is. So it could be anything. I can put R3C3 1 in there, and that's fine because I don't have a R3 Rack 3 Shelf C. I don't have 31 boxes on that rack. I've got 3 boxes. That's all I can put on that shelf. So I can put anything after the second three. So I'm selling one. My price $38.67, 38.67, and condition is new. And I will ship it myself, merchant fulfilled. I don't do Amazon fulfilled. The reason I don't do that is because they take so much more money out. Plus, there's the travel expense getting it back to me if it doesn't sell within X period of time. I don't know if it's 6 months or what. Plus, they do start charge warehousing fees and storage fees. It's not that I'm cheap. It's that at the end of the day, this is my business, and it's to make money for me. So it doesn't cost me necessarily any more to warehouse it here. And to be honest with you, what I've shown you guys for my warehouse, this is only a part of it. I've got a lot more space, and so space is not a premium with me, so I'm okay with storing it here and doing fulfilled by merchant. So that's listed. That one's done. I can put it in its box, which I happen to be working out over here over by my listing station. So that's in there. Life is good. So that's listed. That's $38 minus fees and my cost of goods sold, which was whatever. I'll probably make $20 on the deal, you know, taxes and everything. But hey, that's $20 I didn't have, right? It all adds up. Let me, so these here, same thing. I'll list those on Amazon, but I'll do those on my time, not yours. I'm trying to keep this video a little shorter. Let me show you the gem, right? So I found 5 of these there for, it's probably backwards for you guys, but it's $1.07 a piece. They're a cute little compote cup. I saw them as soon as I walked in. I was like, oh, those look interesting. Let me give you an idea on size here. Handy dandy yardstick. That's not really a yardstick, but so it's just under 4 inches tall. The mouth on it is about 3.5 inches, a little bit more than 3.5 inches. I totally Google image searched this as soon as I saw them. I was like, oh, those. I was just drawn right to them. Goodwill on Sunday, at least this one that I went to, is orange tag. So if it has an orange price tag, this one's blue. Orange price tags are $1. Everything orange is $1. So the place was a madhouse. There were so many people in there. But I can't believe I found anything because people were just scouring the shelves. It was crazy how many people were there. But yeah, these were just sitting there, and I checked every single one of them, and there's no cracks or chips or anything in them. They are, and I have to look this up. I didn't memorize it. They are and I hate how this description is, and so I'll change it on mine. At some point I'll tell you guys about descriptions and how important they are, but these are actually Carlo, Moretti, Murano, Italian made. They called them dessert champagne coupe. I don't know. I've always known that to be, this looks like a compote to me, like for eating fruit or pudding or tapioca pudding, which is the worst texture in the world, but something like that out of, right? That's what I interpret these to be. They're too short to be a wine glass. Look at how my fingers don't sit in there. This is meant to sit at your table and be eaten out with a spoon. Eaten out of with a spoon. But anyway, so when I looked this up, I did an image search, and I had to actually go a little deep to find this particular cup. I found the taller, which are actually like a champagne glass or something like that. Same style, and that came up as that Carlo, Moretti, Murano. I don't know if you know, but if you ever see Murano anything, you should probably buy it if the price is right, because you'll make money on it. So when I was searching, I found them, and I always look at two things. I look at sold first, but then I look at active listings. So just because something sold for this doesn't mean that, everybody's not underselling it, right? Price war thing. So I guess they call them Coupe glasses. I've never heard of that before. I've always heard compote. I'll have to do a little bit of research. I do a fair bit of China, and I've sold those in the past as compote, but I'll have to look and see what a Coupe glass is. Learn something new every day. Let's see. Taking too long to find. I believe sold. Let's see. So there's one that sold for $35. There's different color, set of 4. It was 100. This particular color, this lime green one, I saw sell for 130 for a set of 4, and I have 5 of them. Oh no, 110. Sorry, here it is. So I don't know if you can. Actually, I can click on it. So this is a sold comp, as you can see. This one's no longer available, and it wasn't relisted. It doesn't say view relisted item. So it's a sold comp for $110 plus shipping for 4 of them. I'm tempted to do a 4-piece listing and then sell one loose. 5's a funny number. You don't usually have, well, I'm a family of 5, but you're not using these, necessarily for your family dinners. A lot of China, most of my China, I actually piecemeal, so I make more sales as replacements than I do sets. Just the way it is. Plus, if I sell these all individually, somebody catches somebody's eye, they'll have a lot of green glass in a cabinet or something. They don't want all 4, they want 1. So really what I'll probably end up doing is listing those individually. I'm not a greedy man. I paid $1.07 a piece. Really strange price. $1.07. But I paid $1.07 a piece for them. They're all in perfect condition. What do you think? Maybe $25 a piece. Sounds reasonable to me. That's about, like if you were to buy a set of 4, that's about what you're getting. So it's really cheap because usually when you buy things individually, you pay more for them versus a bulk buy. So I think $25 a piece is reasonable. That's what I'll list those for. So that right there was $125. After fees, mind you, I never pay shipping. It's too volatile. I don't know where you live. You could be in Puerto Rico and it could cost me $20 to ship a $5 game to you. It just doesn't make sense to me I can't afford to pay shipping. So I always put in accurate weights and dimensions. If people buy more than one thing and I can combine it in a box, totally do. If they've already paid for it, I'll send them the refund whether they ask for it or not. I think that's just a good business practice. But yeah, so that was my finds of the day. Tomorrow, I did an auction on Friday. It ended on Friday, but I do a lot of online auctions. Ended up spending $90 for this particular online seller. When I say online auctions, they're local. They're like, Joe, that this is his side gig, right? Is he takes your stuff and he sells it online on like Max Sold or Hybid or something like that. So this particular one, I buy a lot from this guy, like almost every week. I'm bidding on something. It's not his full-time job. He does a few things. You know, he's a jack of all trades like me, but he has a huge warehouse, and he just takes in truckloads of stuff and sells it for people, like entire estates. So, truth be told, he's not bad at taking photos, but he's doing this huge quantities. So he doesn't have a lot of time to take a ton of photos. So what he does is he takes one photo top down of an item, and that's it. So one photo is all you get. You've got to be good at doing your research. You got to have good instincts. Know your margins. Don't overpay. Don't get caught up, because these are live bids, right? So you know they're like 5-day auctions. But so I always do a thing where I put a placeholder bid in. If it starts at a quarter, I'll put a quarter in. That's my placeholder bid. And then what I go do is, you can also do a watch list and not put a bid in. But hey, if you put a placeholder bid in and you win it at a quarter, you only paid a quarter for something that you felt was worth reselling. So why wouldn't I just put that placeholder bid in? And then you can go back and you can look at your bids. So what I'll do is, when it gets closer, like the morning of the auction being up, I'll go through and I'll look at all my bids and see where they're at. And that's where I do research. That's where I start looking them up with Google image search, or just typing the name of something if I can identify it, and see what it'll sell for, see what I can sell it for. At this point in my business, I've gotten to the point where most of the stuff I don't have to look up. It's a no-brainer for me. And to be honest with you, this particular auction house, it seems like everything goes really cheap. I don't know why. Maybe, you know, I'm not going to tell you who it is, because maybe it's my little secret. I don't know. It just doesn't seem to be a ton of bidders on stuff. Now, he does a lot of coins. I don't touch coins. I don't know enough about coins. They're just one of those things. Coins and stamps, comic books, things of that nature. I do records, but that's because I'm huge into music. But yeah, all that stuff, I just don't do it. But the stuff I do, like China, I bought a whole box of, I don't know if you know what a bone dish is. They look like a half moon. For some reason or another, even though nobody uses bone dishes anymore in their place settings, they sell. I guess it's because it's a weird shaped dish. They usually have like ruffles, and they're pretty cool looking. I got a whole box of bone dishes for $4.03 after taxes and fees. Come on. I paid $90 for all of this stuff, huge lots. So anyway, tomorrow I'm going to walk you guys through those if I have time. It's actually my birthday tomorrow, and I'm taking my girls to amusement parks, so I don't know if I'll have time in the morning or not to go through it before we leave. If not, then I'll do it on Tuesday. I promise I won't go through it until you guys are there, and we can go through it live and check it out and get an idea of where my mind's at when I'm buying this stuff. But yeah, so that's what's happening. Because I'm going to the amusement park, I'm actually going to do my shipping tonight, get that out of the way. I have 28 items to ship between Amazon and eBay right now. As I start shipping, it seems like when you start shipping, all of a sudden things start selling. So I'll probably have to ship 32 items. Mondays, it's a little light, but some of those were pretty high dollar items. So it works out. But yeah, Mondays are usually a heavier day. Just the way it goes. Because people get the weekend. I don't necessarily ship on the weekend, but today's a little bit different story. I was going most of the day today, doing things with my girls and, thrifting. Anyway, so yeah, all told on this, I probably got about $125 profits today, and my 3 daughters spent about $120 in clothing and shoes and whatnot at Goodwill. Today was a wash, because it's not really a wash because they did get stuff out of it. But yeah, that's my day. All right, thanks guys. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I will see you soon with my haul video from the auction I'm doing. Thanks, man.